Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, welcome everyone to the July 1, 2026 Mayor and Commissioners meeting. First of the fiscal year. Minutes of the June 3rd meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the June 3rd meetings?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Financial report and payment of the bills. We have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. Motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. I should have said that Commissioner Piner will not be with us today, so I'm moving quick without him. We got to give a few minutes before we open up the public hearing. So let's go down to, I'm going to kind of go down to my report if I could. I'll start there so we can move up. Yeah, let's go to my report. Proclamation 6-2026, the 250th anniversary of America, the United States, and the United States Postal Service. Let me see where that is at. I had it here in front of me. So tomorrow morning at, I look too organized for the first meeting of the year. I got it right here. So I'll be able to read this real quick, and it'll probably be about a 4-minute read for me. Whereas July 4, 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, commemorating the founding ideals of liberty, independence, democratic self-governance, and continue to guide our nation. And that whereas the United States Postal Service, USPS, established on July 26, 1775 by the Second Continental Congress, has served as the nation's first communications network, binding communities together through secure, reliable, and universal mail service for 2.5 centuries. Whereas the Postal Service's legacy includes the appointment of Benjamin Franklin as the first American Postmaster General, the essential wartime communications that supported the Continental Army, and the enduring commitment to the public service that has defined the USPS since the nation's founding. Whereas the Elkton Post Office, located at 137 West Main, is one of only 8 historic Maryland post offices that has operated continuously since 1776, making it a living landmark of American postal history and treasured institution within the town of Elkton. Whereas for 250 years, the Elkton Post Office has connected residents, supported local commerce, facilitated civic life, and served as a trusted anchor of public service in Cecil County. And whereas the Mayor and Commissioners of the town of Elkton recognize the Elkton Post Office and the United States Postal Service as vital contributors to the nation's development, preservation of democratic communication, and the strengthening of community identity. Now, therefore, the Mayor and Commissioners of the town of Elkton do hereby proclaim 2026 as the 250th anniversary of the United States of America and the United States Postal Service, and further honor the historic Elkton Post Office for its extraordinary and continuous service since the founding of our nation. And with this said above, for the Mayor and Commissioners, we have a motion to approve Proclamation 6-2026.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Well, I didn't know it was one of the oldest. I did not know that. Hearing all in favor.
Aye.
Motion carries. So tomorrow morning at, I think it's 9 a.m. Let me look here real quickly. 10 a.m. tomorrow morning at the post office steps. We'll be reading the proclamation again. So if anyone would like to come, that'd be fantastic. All right. Secondly, I'd like to appoint Mr. James Adam Krause here of Elkton to the Board of Zoning Appeals for a term of July 1, 2026 to June 30th, 2029. Do we have a motion to approve Mr. James Adam Krause?
So moved.
We got a motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion on Mr. Krause? The only discussion is James Adam Krause is the son of James Krause, Mayor Krause. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it is now time. We go here, it's 6:05. When we are gonna open up the public hearing, come on down at 6:05. This is a public hearing on Resolution R8 2026, which is the Maryland Community Development Block Grant Program application. And it's for the Elkton Surface Water Treatment Plant Improvement Project. It's gonna be presented for adoption. Can you tell us some things about it?
We can. So R8 2026, the town of Elkton is seeking $800,000 in grant funding through the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development FY 2027 Community Development Block Grant Program to undertake critical improvements to its surface water treatment plant located at 109 Delaware Avenue, Elkton, Maryland. The Maryland Community Development Block Grant Program is a federally funded program designed to assist county and municipal governments with activities directed towards neighborhood revitalization, housing opportunities, economic development, and improved public facilities and services. The primary objectives of the Maryland CDBG program are to develop viable communities by funding activities that result in decent housing, improved and expanded infrastructure, access to facilities, and to meet the critical needs of Maryland's communities. The Maryland CDBG program provides public funds for activities that will benefit low-mod income persons and households, aids in the prevention or elimination of slums or blight, or meets community needs that are of urgent nature or an immediate threat to community health and welfare. The state has received $7,367,342 for state fiscal year 2027, with $5,941,220 allocated for community development. The town is requesting $800,000 from CDBG, providing $88,821 of local funds, and using $490,714.50 from Senate Bill 283 that the town was reallocated for Elkton's water filtration system. The Elkton Surface Water Treatment Plant was constructed in 1985 and is used to produce safe and reliable drinking water that meets or exceeds all applicable federal and state drinking water standards. The town is requesting funding assistance for the following improvements: electrical service upgrade and generator connection, water plant reservoir actuator replacement, water treatment plant roof replacement, remove, replace, and reinstall American Marsh centrifugal pump for the 2 backwash pump and motor assemblies, and replace 8 windows. The following water system improvements will be completed utilizing the state bond bill: filter media and under drain replacement, 2 filter backwash, project VFD controls, filter backwash flow meter, convert pH treatment from soda ash to caustic soda, 2 filter flow meters, UV spares inventory, filter backwash integration with SCADA system, filter turbidity shutdown integration with SCADA system, UV system integration with SCADA system, plant high service pump control integration with SCADA, well number 3 bulk tank replacement, well number 3 bulk tank caustic soda, and well number 3 bulk tank replacement sodium hypochlorite. SCADA communication with all site locations.
Fantastic. Is there any questions or comments from the board in regards to this grant application?
When do we know something?
When will we hear back from? Off the top of my,
It's a nightmare.
What?
I'm
Not really
not
able
sure.
to answer that time.
Yes,
Well, you're submitting it now.
I am submitting it now.
Yeah, this is,
I would like to get this in tomorrow.
right, this is the first time that I can recall that we used CDBG money for a project like this. I think this is awesome that we are able to apply it to the water plant.
I think the last time we used it was probably 15, 16 years ago for the water towers.
Oh, okay.
We did all the water towers was done through this
Okay.
process. It is. Any other
Thank
comments?
you.
This is a public hearing. Does anyone out on the floor have any questions, comments in regards to, the town of Elkton applying for this, grant? Anyone on the Zoom meeting have any questions, comments, in regards to resolution R8? Oh, Aaron,
I just have one question, is this?
yes, state your name and address,
Oh,
please.
sorry, thank you, Aaron Wright, 43 Hickory Lane, Elkton, Maryland. So is this a piecemeal between, was it a bond bill, done by the Senate that we, Team 36, and then tax dollars from here, and then also the grant? Is that?
I would say that answers it correctly.
Okay, thank you.
Correct. All right, we have a motion to approve resolution R8 2026.
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. It is now, let's see, 6:12, and this public hearing is closed. And Quinn, I have it here signed for you. Thank you so much for your efforts. I think this was Jean working on this project also?
Yes.
Very good. I'll bring that up here shortly. All right, let me go back to the agenda, so I'm not off page here. Let's see. All right, Al, you were on in regards to ordinance 3-2026. Can you tell us something about it?
Yes. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. I have two items for your consideration this evening. The first being ordinance 3-2026. This ordinance, amends chapter 13.04 the code of the town of Elkton to extend the waiver of major facilities fees from July 28, 2026 to September 30th, 26. The purpose of this extension is to allow a limited time frame for some pending residential projects to complete any remaining tasks required to obtain grading permit. And the grading permit would enable them to be eligible for the major facilities fee waiver. I'm recommending tonight that the board go ahead and vote to introduce and vote at your July meeting for adoption. The commencement date of 7/28, as you may recall, the previous ordinance amended it to June 25th, 2026, but because of the 20-day referendum period after adoption, we're using that as the start date.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a little discussion before we introduce it. I just want to make, when we waived the, major facilities fees for those several years and it ended in June, I think we have 2 projects pending.
There may be more, I'm aware of two.
Okay,
2 larger projects.
And-
There may be other small projects that could end up meeting those requirements to get a grading permit within that time frame.
and, in the last language we had it to where our building inspector, could, extend that waiver if some of the projects were real close and it was up to him to do it. And did Chip give any recommendation on this also?
Yes, he provided a recommendation on the timeline, and he felt that the September 30th would be adequate
Okay,
for the folks that are in the loop to obtain a grading
Yeah.
permit.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I didn't think of it till just now. Can Chip do an administrative extension on just those projects and without us having to change the ordinance?
No,
No? I'm trying.
no, I think that would have been great.
Yeah,
No question about
yeah, because I don't know how this gonna affect other projects
Mhm.
or, it's unknown.
it.
It's not like we're just dealing with 2 or 3 projects.
I would say that, well, listen, we're gonna introduce it for introduction purposes.
Mhm.
At the next meeting, would be
Yeah.
the 8th meeting, we would vote to, adopt.
Right,
But I would also say, this is a hard stop for me.
but this is also, it opens up a period of, like a limbo period too, doesn't it?
I would say it's a hard stop. And
Okay.
during a workshop? Yeah, we're gonna vote on, yeah, we're gonna vote,
Tonight,
it'll be
right.
advertised too.
Did,
But I would say that it'd be a hard stop in my view, if they don't make the September 30th, that's plenty of time. In fact, I felt like, the window should have been a little tighter.
I thought it was going to be,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be
And we could-
August 30th.
And listen, we can adjust that, in the, final vote, if it's pending that it can be stopped, if you felt like those couple projects. I think there was 2 projects working hard to try to make it happen.
Yeah,
And, for many reasons, these things don't get to the finish line in time.
understood.
And, but I think every one of them's told me that they should be able to have it done in 60 days, but I think maybe there's a 30 extra days thrown in there just to make sure, because it's gonna be a hard no for me after 90 days.
Did you have something to add, Mr. Bessie?
No, the question was just whether or not these 2 projects that were known, that it could be waived for them, and, the problem is, it has to be applied equally to all.
So it's not just giving them an extension?
Exactly, this is all applicants, anyone that wants the opportunity can apply for and get it.
Come under the same umbrella?
Right, it needs
Okay.
to be applied equally amongst everything.
That's a good point. Okay, do we have a motion to, accept ordinance 3-2026 waiver of major facility fees for introduction purposes only?
So,
Motion,
Second.
second, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Al, your next one?
The next item for consideration is a contract renewal with Certified Seal Company for a term of, December 1st, 2026 to June 30, 2027. To provide street cleaning services for the town as provided for in a contract, which is before you this evening.
Very good. I think, Certified Teal has done a fantastic job for the town of Elkton.
Mhm.
I would recommend moving forward with this agreement. I know that based on our budget numbers, he did increase the dollar amount slightly. So I'm willing to move, like to have a motion to accept, the street cleaning services with Certified Seal.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
and a second.
And a second. Any discussion?
Is this for 1 year?
1 year.
You do a great job.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Alwine?
No, sir.
All right. Let me get back to my list here. I went to those 2 items, discussion of the Hometown Heroes Banner Program. I wanted to bring that up. It's something that we've talked about time in, time out, and other municipalities do it, and every time we get back from Ocean City, Maryland, we see their banners up during a period of time. I guess, one, if the board feels like it's a project that we would like to move forward with in some way, I can go out and get more details for us and have someone make a presentation. But the thinking would be, we have, Dan, if you could tell me how many light bulbs do we actually have?
Usable light bulbs for banners, probably 38 total.
So we got about 38 banners that we could use, and we would have to literally maybe copy other groups' description or parameters they put in place, and make that presentation here. And then there have to be a value that maybe the family acquires that banner, and we would put that banner up from, let's say, the 1st of May through the end of June during that period of time.
I think Bel Air did it.
Yeah, they have.
Okay.
So if the board is kind of okay with it, I'll go ahead and gain more information, maybe get someone to make the presentation.
I'm good with it.
very
Good.
good with it. I was, yeah,
All right.
wanted to do it before.
I'll go ahead and run with it and maybe, yes,
Do
please.
you want, if Bel Air did it, do you want me to reach out to some of the
That'd be
other
great.
municipalities and just see who they've
I'm
used?
pretty sure it was Bel Air.
And maybe I can even find a veteran that might, help over there with, this project. This could be a good project for,
It takes a lot of work. Somebody's gotta organize everything.
The current provider who gave us the banners has that program, Octo.
Perfect.
They have it, they're familiar with it, it's not an issue for them whatsoever, so.
very
When
good.
it comes to present, they come and present. I like to use them just for continuity sake.
Well, listen, I think it'd be a good way to honor, people that served our community and, we should do it.
So Dan, you're saying I don't need to reach out?
All right.
I've been interested in this for quite some time. Actually, Rising Sun was the one that, about 4 years or so ago, I was riding through there and I noticed it and started paying attention before. I was pretty, I wanted to do a whole lot more than what I've done up to this point. I was interested in fundraising, that type of thing. The more people I talked to, like Benny McCall, and which is other people, and I've seen how difficult it is to, get everything, do everything right, but some of the towns like, Chickatig, they have 5,000 people in their town, okay? There was hundreds of banners.
Yes.
And my thing with Elkton, I've known Finley since my first day of first grade. How long I've known Finley.
I feel sorry for you, Charlie.
Well,
I'm sorry.
And I'm so glad that he's here. We have discussed of course, the armory is named after his uncle, his father who was in the military. Billy's going to honor his father, greatly with, what was it on, one of the bombers, B-24. He's honored on B-24. My father, was in the 4th Marine Division all the way through, watched the flag go up on Iwo Jima, those type of things.
Yeah.
My brother served almost 5 years in Vietnam, okay? And I've noticed that in Elkton, I think, I don't know, if they want to back me, but I'm not trying to speak for anybody. I'm
Yeah.
just seeing what I've seen.
Yeah.
As children, it was great to walk the streets of Elkton. Okay? I say this jokingly, but it's almost true. It's almost really a true statement. Things changed when Santa Claus left Newberry. They did. They did, really. They really did. I say it jokingly, but that was the big change when that happened. So many things have moved out of Elkton, and for the youth, we used to go to the canteen on Friday nights, whatever, I don't know, could you do that nowadays? I don't know, if it's safe, okay, to do that, I don't know.
It's different.
It's different, but I feel
I'm
comfortable.
just saying, okay,
Right.
I'm just saying, I'm not condemning, I'm not, whatever, I don't wanna get off track.
Okay. Banners.
Look, banners. As a child, okay, when you walk the streets of Elkton, I want you, posters out at the post office,
Yeah.
those type of things, you notice those things. And what I see that if one child could be inspired by those banners, they're worth it. They're worth it, each and every one of them.
Yeah.
If there's 1,000 kids go down that road and one child decides to follow that path, they're all heroes, okay?
Yes.
And, that is what I would like to do in honor of my brother and my father, okay? There's many more that I have uncles and, everyone's, many service people.
Mhm.
Joe, Lofthouse, he's standing behind Eisenhower. He was with the 101st, okay? He's standing behind Eisenhower right before, the night before they flew.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Bastogne, and I sat with him one day. He told me his story.
Mhm.
One guy stopped to pee, a shell come and his uniform's on a tree,
Mm.
nailed to a tree. These people, there's so many people in the Elkton Cemetery that should be honored.
Yes.
And there's trees growing over top of it, it's just, I would just like to see something like that happen for Elkton. I really appreciate what Elkton has done my initial thing was, oh, you gotta put lights up, you gotta get run wires, it's gonna cost tens of thousands of dollars. I can see now that you don't have to do that.
Mhm.
You've done the work.
Mhm.
Okay, the only thing that's lacking, and from what information I've gathered from different sources, that the approach in which you take, it does not need to cost the town of Elkton not one single dime.
Mhm.
There was a town that wanted to do, there was an Elks Club that took on doing the banners for their local heroes. Instantly, they were sold out. Every single one, sold out. The town didn't buy them.
Now, I feel that's our direction.
Yes, but the problem arose that this group's not represented, that group's not represented, that group's not represented. The only thing I can tell you is must go back to a percentage. What percentage represents those people at that time?
Mm-hmm.
What percentage and try to go with that. I can assure you, and even with the banners, right now, Rising Sun, on every single banner, there are 4 graduates on both sides, so that's 8 children. I know when my grandson gets ready to go, I don't care what it costs, I'm gonna have one of him, one of his,
Understand. Yeah.
okay? And I think everybody else in here would do the same.
I agree.
So Dan can locate a company that does it, but somebody still has to organize.
Another problem that Rob made me aware of, the inefficiency of changing the flags out and what safety procedures and all that has to take place. I would also, just like with the street cleaning, unless it's a profit-making organization, you're gonna lose money. So I would outsource the changing of the flags. Okay, get a company that, we're gonna make money doing this, we're gonna apply all safety rules and regulations, all permits need, and do it that way, and I can assure you, I would just like, I'm here today
Mm-hmm.
to state that whoever takes this on at this point, today, it's on record that I am ready. I'm gonna be a little greedy simply because I've been here a long time now. And so is this guy right here. All right? I'm gonna be a little greedy and ask for 2 banners that I will pay for. I will leave a deposit today if you require it.
You don't need that, but
But
listen, I appreciate that, and everything's been being documented as you speak.
Yeah,
And, I know that this is gonna be a great program, and we're gonna love to have your participation.
your friend, Charlie McCoy, that's where I think it should be through the Elkton DFW.
Yeah.
Organize, get to start. It's just my opinion.
Well, listen, I'm gonna work with Mr. Alan, Bow over there, and we're gonna put this thing together.
May I say a few words?
Yeah, go ahead, Alan.
So, being a 15-year combat veteran, retired, I've traveled the world and I've traveled through thousands of small towns, and every time I go through a small town, it's hometown hero, hometown hero, this is all you see. I'm very, very pleased to hear this tonight, and it touches me. That being said, obviously I ran for mayor, and this is one of the things that if I was elected, I wanted to introduce as soon as possible. So, that being said, anything you need, you let me know. I already have a basic plan for that laid out as far as trying to get sponsorships for the, banners, asking businesses, seeing what we can do, working with the American Legion, the VFW, and the other veteran services, and possibly even the VA may be able to kick in their maybe maybe able to, maybe there's a grant out there, even if it's a small tiny grant, and I'm willing to do the research on that to find it. If there is, I'll just need somebody from the town themselves just to do the official paperwork, but if I can find it, I can do that. So whenever you just let me know what you need, I'd be willing to
Good.
put everything into it for you and, go from there to
We're
get
gonna
you
use
guys
you.
honored.
We're gonna use you,
Yeah.
and,
Thank you.
I love the enthusiasm, because we're gonna get this done, and, I know in my heart, 38 spots, hopefully we can double them up some way to get 76. But I would also say, I know our community could support 266 people, and, but I appreciate your comments, and, on the hometown heroes, and, we're gonna be moving forward with this. I think it's very clear we're gonna do this. Thank you.
Can I say something too?
Yeah, go ahead.
While we have Mr. McCool here. We're gonna take the fireworks back to, Meadow Park next year, in case you wanna drop in.
Well,
Do you remember?
no longer have the airplane,
No.
I still have a parachute. So,
That was-
if
that was-
somebody shoot me up there,
Everybody
I'll
talks
be happy
about
to
it.
come
Oh,
down.
somebody shoot.
Yeah, thank you for that memory though.
Oh, we had some good times.
It's a great time,
Yeah.
great time. Thank you.
Listen, just a comment on this. I'm here to support Charlie. He called me. My uncle and my dad were Company E. Company E was the bowling alley of our time, Robbie, when we were growing up. And so they all went there and in fact, my dad lied about his age. He was 15. And he signed up. And then they had the Memorial Day parade going down through town. My grandmother and grandfather were there. They saw my father marching down, and they grabbed him up after the parade and said, "You'll go and resign." He says, "Can't do it, Pop." Said, "They'll court-martial me. If they court-martial me, it'll stay on my record forever." And so he said,
He stayed.
George Washington School was tough. He says, "Well, okay, so Uncle Vic was older than Dad," and he said, "Well, he got away with it, so I'll do it too."
Oh, my.
But they all lied. They were all young men. I tell you what, talk about gang.
I know. How do we get that enthusiasm
That
back?
pride, right?
It is a lot of pride.
If you started here, Northeast will jump in because everybody came to Elkton.
Yeah.
Company E was, Preston, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Donnie Preston and who was his sidekick? And then I'll quit because I know you got business.
I love your stories.
Well, they had, they were over there together and Donnie Preston, drug him out of there, carried him out of there, and he'd been dead. Then when they passed him up, he went right back in. They were fighting again.
Oh, my.
So,
Amazing.
anyhow,
You're gonna like what the armory is it's coming back together.
good. I got memories there myself. A
So,
lot of
well, thank you.
parties as a kid there.
Charlie, I'm glad you showed up tonight. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this.
Thank you for everyone that had some comments on that. While we're talking about the armory, the town of Elkton acquired that armory a couple of years ago, and I'm very proud to say that the lead abatement project is finished. It was finished this week. Inside that gym absolutely looks phenomenal, better than it's ever looked. We're gonna try to move forward with getting the bathrooms redone, getting those offices on the first floor painted, putting a new HVAC system in there, or at least an air conditioning system in there, and we'll be ready to go. But my gosh, that inside that thing looks immaculate, and it's something that we're all gonna be very proud of moving forward. It'll be something that we'll have the first Charlie Hickman will be singing over there for us to get this thing kicked off, and it'd be great.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. And
So-
I do wanna recognize Jeannie Minner for all that hard work that she put into that armory.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. If anyone paid any attention tonight, we had two folks from our team retired yesterday officially. 32 years, Jean Minner served as our director of planning for the town of Elkton, and she was very instrumental for kind of the way the town of Elkton is today. As we moved through for 30-plus years of her, guidance. And, now we're gonna be under some new guidance, over the next, several decades, and, I'm looking forward to that also. The, other person that's missing up here, after 50 years and 1 month, Louis George retired yesterday, was his, last day, and, we are currently, looking for a new town manager. Al Wine is acting town manager. He's got the keys to the town right now, and he's got them, quite frankly, as long as he wants to carry those keys. But we're gonna see how that all plays out, but looking forward to, you know, when you have you don't really come to an end, you just kind of extend it on out, and, we had a little celebration for Louis and Jean yesterday. It was a great celebration, and, very touching. But I would also say that, we're gonna continue to move forward as a town. All right, that's enough of that side of it. Let's see. Saturday night is the 4th of July. We're gonna have our fireworks celebration. I'm not 100% sure what Plan B is, if we get a thunderstorm, but if it's Plan B and we know soon enough, if we could postpone and run them at a different date. But I think as right now, the show is gonna go on if it's not pouring the rain. So we're moving forward best we can unless the fireworks get soaked. We have, we've been going back and forth with the state of Maryland, State Highway Administration, with a couple of projects in the town of Elkton, one being, we're looking to try to get maybe a, curb, I would call it a curb cut, on 279, trying to improve the Bell Hill Road intersection, which I think we all know is, has always been a disaster. We never really realized that was gonna be a disaster, but when they put the McDonald's there, the truck wash, it creates a mess. It's a mess. So what I'm gonna ask Quinn, if I could get you to, get all interested parties. I think there's a couple, new hotel looking to coming in, and I know that there's a developer on the Ayers property. And we also are gonna need the folks from the Elkton Truck Wash to be invited into this meeting, and any other interested person, because, Will Mathco made a design change of that intersection, and it wouldn't be a long-term project. It's just tweaking it a little bit, moving the traffic out of the truck wash a little bit further, I guess that would be north, and straightening out that, I don't call it an oxbow, but it's a twist in the road. And if we can make those changes, I think that we could, really improve that intersection. We probably need a representative from McDonald's there also. We might have to take a little bit, of everyone's land to make this thing happen, but we definitely need to make that improvement on the Bell Hill Road.
Yeah, and what is their restaurant? It's, what is that? It's not Flying J, so.
Golden Corral.
Oh, the Golden.
The Golden Corral, yeah, they own that whole
That's
parcel.
different, isn't it, from the truck wash, or no?
Petro, is it called the Petro?
Flying J.
Flying J.
Flying J.
Flying J.
Yeah, so we need all those interested parties there, Quinn, I really appreciate it. And
Are
I'm,
we 100% sure that we can get access to 279?
yes, I spoke to them, 2 days ago.
Wow.
They will, there's some safety concerns. They want to try to push all traffic on the Bell Hill Road. The state wants us to make that improvement to Bell Hill Road. Once we get that, corrected, there's a good chance they may signalize an intersection cut. But right now, if it was a right turn only,
Coming off of, coming out.
coming out of the Ayers property, and it was a right turn only,
Mm-hmm,
the truck traffic is gonna go to Appleton Road,
mm-hmm.
and they're gonna make a right on Appleton Road, and then they're gonna make a right on the Bell Hill Road.
They're
or
gonna come right back,
They're gonna go right up to
right back.
Fletchwood Road, and it's gonna
Yeah.
cause some major issues.
But until this is resolved, how do we address requests for any type of development reviews on the Ayers property?
I think they're gonna be aware of this, so I don't know how we handle that side of it. You got any suggestions with that? Yeah.
We're gonna need to know, probably, maybe, I mean, just in
But
case.
I think that meeting would be important, to have sooner than later. Very good. Charles, anything this evening?
No, welcome aboard, Al, for a short term. I think you're replacing a very good man in Lewis George, and, Rob already mentioned the fact that he has put time here, both he and Jeannie, and they are a part of Elkton for that many years, but, you know, people move on, just like anything, whether it's sports, life, and somebody replaces it, but memories remain, so, we're still here to do the job that we've done over a long period of time. That's that. That's it.
Well said.
Robert?
I'd like to mention that the Elkton Alliance deserves even more kudos for another fantastic event. The second annual food truck day was a huge success. Very nice crowd, very good food. Everybody had a good time. And that's
Nice to meet you.
positive. On the negative side, I'd like to say that we're having an increase with mini bikes, motorized scooters, electric, you know all that already, don't you?
Yeah, so,
Main Street. There's a kid on a red, small mini bike that come flying down the sidewalk the other day. I was out front of my shop, and I stepped out to tell him, you know, in my own way, I told him, stop. And, he flew past and he flew back up, and then I didn't see him again. But it's very dangerous.
we are drafting, ordinance that we would like the court to look at, once we have Mr. Vestigal take a look at it.
Good.
So that we can address it, maybe
Yeah,
come at it from a local angle.
very good.
Chief, you know, in our charter, and maybe it's something we might wanna change, but for years it's been in there, and it's probably been in there since forties or fifties, but every bicycle in town is supposed to be registered in the town. It's something we've never followed, but maybe,
We did follow for. a
Oh, they
long
would,
time.
okay.
Yeah, we did follow that. But generally, it was only if someone was concerned about theft, and then we would have all the identifying information on the vehicle. But, you know, so I just want you to know that.
you're coming up with something. Thank you.
We are looking at that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The other thing is, for whatever reason, we're having a definite increase on people turning right off of North Street down Main Street. A lot, I mean, just as I was leaving my shop to come here, somebody did it. Then they continued on up toward, American Home and Hardware. But there have been an awful lot of people coming down to the end of North Street, making a right on the Main Street.
We don't have a sign?
There
More
is
than I've
one.
ever seen.
It says one way.
It says one way, there's a sign that says one way, but I think we may need a red and white sign that says no right turn, left turn only. They're missing that small one.
It's just a small, when I saw it happen the other day, Rob, and the only reason I know there's a one-way sign is because I was like, it's not posted anywhere, but it's just a small white one that says one way.
And
and
it's
so
kinda hard to see.
It is, it's not very noticeable, and I mean, for those of us that have been here forever, you used to go the other way, so I think, I know we've been going the same way we're going now for a long time, but I think it would make sense to have a little bit more signage and recognition of that, because I'm seeing it too.
We put Rod Massimano's name there, one way. So that's one way.
Oh, one way. Oh, that's all I have.
And then,
Before, and while you got the chief, I was speaking with your officers yesterday during the, celebration for Lois and Jean, and I talked about the traffic in the town of Elkton. It's been disregarded by a lot of people. Matter of fact, life is like that anymore. Because actually, 2 weeks ago, a guy passed me on North Street Bridge. And just fortunately, as he went by me and I'm looking at him like he's crazy, there was another car that he didn't see was coming up, but he did back up. Could have been major accident, and he sped through town, but they said that they were coming up with some type of speed monitors that's going to circumvent speed and other things. Are you aware of what they are talking about?
They're probably talking about the
speed camp. that
Oh,
we
speed
had.
cameras is what they said, yeah.
Yeah, there had been a presentation before. And, yeah, they were supposed to be doing a study on certain roads where we went out and looked at it. It has to be within a, I can't remember, I think it's a half a mile of the school. And so Bridge Street actually does fall within that as well. So we were looking at it, several roadways, and, we were also looking at, and you have to do an ordinance for that as well. And I know that, Lieutenant Prince was kind of spearheading that for me. But I'm not sure, there was some delay in the actual study that they were doing. But I can get you an update on that as far as that's
That would be nice.
Gene?
The only
Floor is
thing,
yours.
thank you, the one was the fireworks contingency should it rain, but, would we have like a time frame to make that decision? Since it's a holiday.
That's a good question. I think we just take it as the day goes.
Yeah.
The fireworks normally start the past 2 years around 9/15.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what time frame you would,
Well, I think as we get closer to that day, we're gonna have a clearer idea of the weather report, right?
If it's a thunderstorm, it may hit or may not hit.
Well, that's true too,
Mhm.
but what happens if it does, if we lose our investment?
I don't think so. If they don't fire at all.
One year they did it, pouring down rain.
Yeah, it did rain,
And,
yeah.
And you're thinking who they putting it up there for?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, I was just curious if, all right, well, I know somebody's gonna be on that, the only other thing I had.
Language in the, contract.
Oh, really?
Link to
Okay.
that, we'll check that.
Yeah.
That's a good point, thank you, Al. Now that Jeannie is retired and we had this, grant, given to us tonight, it brings to light that I think that we definitely have a strong need for a dedicated grant writer, whether we contract something like that out to a service rather than in-house, I don't know.
Mhm.
But I think we should get on it sooner than later, because after coming up from MML and talking to different people and, towns, they sure do get a lot done through grants. And it amazed me because I'm like, well, never would have thought that, never heard of it. I think there is money that we have missed, simply due to manpower. So however we can address it sooner than later, I think it's very important. And that's all I have.
Mhm. Yeah, that's it.
Contracting it out.
Yeah. Awesome.
Like some numbers. All right.
Good.
Mhm.
Hey, Dan, real quickly, I asked you a couple months ago about the GPS and the vehicles. Where do we stand at with that?
We got a prototype, we're checking it right now, we should have it, the prototype works in a couple weeks, I'll make the plate for the whole thing, so. We have a prototype.
What's a prototype?
I got one, right now I got one in the brush truck, I'm gonna see how it works out, make sure it works with our, mechanical stuff, the little things like that, I do have one, it's ready to go, I just wanna make sure it works well enough.
Do you have a quote?
Yeah, I'm going, I guess how many vehicles and stuff, yeah,
How many vehicles do we have to have it for?
off the top of my head, probably about 15.
Oh, that's all?
Very good. Well, keep us in the loop on how that performs.
So, yeah, we'll pull the trigger, yeah, I just wanna make sure it's good, the system works pretty well, so.
Who's got the prototype?
All right now, it's in the brush truck,
How long has it been in there?
for about 2 weeks.
And what are you looking for? in
The
2
only,
weeks?
the only hiccup is one of the batteries, one of the batteries in the truck went out, so I wanna make sure it wasn't GPS, it was one of the batteries, internal batteries. That's what I make sure, but it looks like it's working.
And what company is this?
The same one gives us the, radios, they're out of Dover, Magnum Electronics.
Are you going to say what I gave you? No?
No, we got another quote. And so let us know how that performs, and then we'll compare it with the, other numbers that we have.
I'll forward you a quote, if you wanna see, for the quote.
Yeah, send a quote out to the team.
No problem.
All right, very good. this is the time we open up the floor for anyone who has anything to say for the good of the town. Finley and Cole, I think you had something you wanted to say.
Well, for the good of the town, I applaud you all for all the common sense that you've exhibited here tonight. You run a nice meeting, all of you, it's a group
Thank you.
effort. And I think that
Do
you
you
made a
have
lot of
experiences, running a
You
meeting?
had a little bit of, you're sitting on the other side,
Yeah.
and I'd like to compliment you on having, the good luck and the good fortune to have a well of thick Al wine, because I know Lou George was a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
And Al wine comes with a boatload of it, so.
He does.
I think he leaves a lot of it in Perryville sometimes.
He does.
Down there.
He does.
Anyhow. So you're lucky to have him. And then two things that you said, and then I'll be quiet, and I'll thank you for letting me come here tonight. You've had two comments tonight. You talk about, dirt bikes riding through town. Nationally, because of these road takeovers, there are states that are passing ordinances where they confiscate the vehicles and crush them. And if you crushed a couple of dirt bikes, you'd have a lot of attention, because it's just not getting caught. So that's something for you all want to look at, registering bikes, you're gonna have a mess. And then the other thing was your comment about, you said, speed cameras.
Yes.
The great state of Florida, there's a local case down there that they just ruled, a judge just ruled that, cameras are unconstitutional. And they are promising that it's gonna go to the appellate level in the state. And they are also saying we're going to the Supreme Court if we have to, because there's an issue about people don't have to be there, they don't have to testify. And the defendant actually has, even though it's civil, the defendant's the one that has to make the effort to prove that it wasn't his. So I don't know how much money you gotta spend for speed cameras, but you might wanna follow that a little bit before you spend it.
Thank you. Well, listen, there's no one better, there was no one any better to find the loophole than you are.
All I said, it's in the news, I just heard about it, and when you mentioned that, I mean, speed cameras are a good thing, they're a revenue maker, they are, without a doubt. But, I've only represented 3 people, and one of them was me on speed cameras, and I won all 3.
Well, there you go. Now, if we crushed your bike,
Oh, I know about that,
That's
yeah.
I wanna know how he's gonna fight against us.
Baltimore has done that, what we are proposing doesn't deal with crushing it, but it does deal with seizing it.
Philadelphia's doing that as well.
I think that's the right flag.
Season itself.
Anyone else have it? Mr. Robert Scott.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Although,
What'd you do? Break your hand?
You should see the other guy.
Yeah.
I sent you guys an email over a week and a half ago.
Mhm.
I sent another one this morning. That's correct. I left Al Weiner out. I apologize. I know, we're on the second one.
We go start again.
All right. So in your folders, you're gonna see my opening statement, which my beautiful representative is going to read for me. The second part of it is the email that I sent.
Along with documentation that actually goes with everything that's in these statements.
Yes.
Without further ado, I guess I'll read. But, good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, town staff, and residents who are on Zoom. I'm a taxpayer, business owner, and former town contractor. By I mean employee. We are here tonight because we have serious concerns regarding the administration of the town's stormwater management pond maintenance contract and whether taxpayer dollars are being spent in accordance with the contract approved by the board. Everything I am presenting, or everything we are presenting tonight, is supported by documentation. We have the contract, the public meeting video, in which the contractor explained how the work would be performed, dated photographs documenting the conditions of the ponds throughout the contract period. This is not about personal grievances or disappointment over not receiving a contract.
It is about accountability, transparency, and protecting the taxpayer dollars. If the work has been performed according to the contract, the town should be able to demonstrate that through its own records. If it has not, taxpayers deserve an explanation. During the public meeting where this contract was presented, the contractor explained that invasive vegetation, including phragmites, cattails, trees, and other vegetations, would first be manually cut and removed before herbicide treatments were applied. The contractor also stated that these ponds would require approximately 3 to 4 months 3 to 4 treatment cycles between April and October. We are now 3 months into that contract period. We have personally inspected more than 30 stormwater management ponds throughout the town. Many still contain invasive vegetation within the pond's bottoms, and in numerous locations, vegetation appears to be obstructing pond inlets and outlets. In your folders, there are pictures that prove that. Section 7 of the contract states that the contractor is responsible for maintaining the entire pond, including the eradication of invasive species within the stormwater management pond bottoms by mechanical or chemical methods. Section 6 requires the contractor to notify the town every other week that the applicable work has been completed before submitting invoices. Article 4 states that invoices must reflect the services provided during the billing period. Those provisions exist for a reason. They ensure the town knows what work has been completed before taxpayer money is paid out. We are all too familiar with that. My concerns, or our concerns, extend beyond whether the contract is being followed. We are concerned that the long-term financial impact of the town. As someone who has performed this type of work, the contractor's original approach did very well make sense. Manually removing dense vegetation before treatment helps expose the invasive plants, improves the treatment effectiveness, allows access to the ponds, or the pond bottoms, and helps prevent excessive dead vegetation from remaining in the pond. Based on the current conditions that we have documented, we are concerned that if the required mechanical work has not been performed as represented, the town may ultimately incur additional costs to remove the dead vegetation, restore pond capacity, clear blocked inlets and outlets, and perform corrective maintenance that could have been minimized or avoided. That means today's decision or discussion could become tomorrow's expectation for Elkton taxpayers. We are not asking anyone to simply accept our opinion. We are asking the town to compare 4 things. 1, the contract. 2, the contractor's own public statements. 3, the invoices submitted for payment. 4, the current condition of the pond documented in dated photographs. If those 4 things are consistent, then the records will demonstrate that. If they are not, we respectfully ask that the mayor and commissioners direct an independent review of this contract. The inspection performed and the payments approved to ensure taxpayer funds have been spent in accordance with the contract requirements. Finally, we also ask that the town reviews its contract oversight and procurement practices so residents can have confidence that the contracts are administered fairly, transparently, and consistently, and that every taxpayer receives the value they are paying for. We care deeply about the town of Elkton. We have donated our time, materials, labor, resources, and resources to this community because we take pride in where we work and live. Our purpose tonight is not to criticize for the sake of criticism. It is to ensure that public infrastructure is properly maintained, contracts are enforced as written, and taxpayer dollars are protected. We appreciate your time and consideration, and we're prepared to provide the contract photographs, meeting videos, and supporting documentations for the records. We are willing to meet with the mayor, commissioners, town staff, and the contractor to discuss these matters further. My spiel now onto him.
So with all of that being said,
So we had a fire alarm.
how, there's a paper in there, it's not in this one, but,
This one?
item number 7, where it states you're supposed to do the entire pond. When we had the contract last year, this wording was not in there, and I know it was a big debate at the last meeting, during the time of, like, award. So the scope of work changed, which was why our bid was higher, because if you look at these pictures, that's a lot of labor. And that's a lot of work to do it correctly, to make these ponds the way that they're supposed to. My thing is here that I see is either you're being lied to and somebody is letting this go because of it's, I mean, I don't know how other way to
Well,
honestly put it. I mean,
I'll
this is-
intervene. We had to have weekly check-ins, but per the contract, it was supposed to be the bi-weekly check-ins for invoicing. Somehow along the lines, we were told that we had to do weekly check-ins and have a whole separate sheet different to make sure that they were able to check what we did weekly, not bi-weekly. Understandable, we comply. However, the slightest thing that if we missed, they would 100% tell us, and we would honestly go back and correct it. That's our job.
We were held payment for, missing an island that we had no idea that was there, that wasn't even on the tasker, but
It was originally not even showed to us.
the moral of this and all of that is you put it in the contract
We abide.
that it has to be done. And I just wanted to know if you're being billed for this, and you're having some representative from DPW that's going along and saying that this is good to go, because this isn't. They falsifying documents, is this fraud?
Well, it's nowhere in compliance with what is written in the contract. We understand contracts change, we understand the terminology of it, and what needs to be done does change. We're very well aware, we have many contracts that change yearly.
Unless the contract changed, and that's why they're not doing the centers. I don't know.
No, the contract has to be what is written there and what you bid for. It can't change in the middle without a revision, and I feel like that's something that would be presented to the town while it's being not re-awarded, but revised. The problem is what it states in here is not what's been followed.
Well, I will make a
And these
comment.
are accurate as of today. These are,
Yes.
These were all taken today.
Well,
they're coming the other email too.
I wanted to make a couple comments was, one, we received the first email on June 16th. We hadn't met as a board since June the 3rd, so this was our first meeting that we were gonna, this was gonna get attacked a little bit tonight, but we also were aware that you were coming, so it wasn't addressed per se here tonight because we knew you were coming. I can make a promise to you both right now as you're sitting here, there will be a full investigation on all this. We have been looking at, some things, we're gathering information right now. We've got the information on the, invoices. We're waiting for our stormwater management, director. He's been on vacation. He'll be back, on Monday, I guess, and so he'll be back, so we're gathering up the information, and I know this is important to us. And I will also say that bear with me just for a little window of time. I'd hate to throw this directly on the Al Wine in his very first official day, of the town, but he's been on it, I know, most of the day, along with Tyler. They've been looking at and digesting all this, and they're gathering the information. So to get here and present to you, hey, this is what I know, I can't do it today.
Oh, I completely understand. I just wanted to make it aware.
Well,
We're 3
100%.
months into this contract. You have 3 months left.
Yep.
There's no possible way that a company can do this work. These ponds
With
are.
that amount of treatment that is required.
This is where my brain was going.
This
listening
is what we
to
talked
you.
about in that
If
meeting,
you-
and
If you are not addressing those ponds, because the ponds were the big discussion here,
It was always, yes.
okay?
It's not just.
On the
labor, it's also
contract.
machines that get ruined in those ponds.
And we were, the state of Maryland was brought in telling us, we don't like spring, but we allow it, and here's how it has to work. And we were told by the contractor his game plan, so to speak, because I listened to it on,
I have that link too. if you need that.
I listened to it.
And they were gonna cut and then treat.
Yeah,
That's
my
how that works
question
when
is,
you spray. You have to get rid of the phragmites, so then that way
It's right.
But we're behind already, we're all behind the treatment process, am I right or wrong?
You are absolutely correct. This is why I'm concerned about it. I can
Well-
care less with it as far as us not having a contract, but this is what's right for the town. This is not right for us.
Mhm.
And I'm speaking to you as a business owner. I own properties here. I mean, this is crazy. It's not a dig at anybody to whatever, but I mean, if you're gonna say you're gonna do something, you better do it. Integrity's pretty big. I mean,
Well, we understand you, where you're coming from, I mean, you had the contract last year, you did a remarkable job. We understand,
And you did a
yeah,
good job.
we understand you're a professional and you're honest, so it's not, what you're presenting here, I don't think is being taken lightly.
Al, do you think that you can have some answers by the next meeting? You feel pretty comfortable with that?
I think so.
So our next meeting is on July 8th, the Wednesday noon meeting. I think we can address.
I will not be here. I will tell you that, I can't be here that day.
I understand.
I'd like to be kept in the loop
Of course you will.
of what we're doing.
But
Maybe, I don't know, no, I can't.
But I promise you, we will have some answers, and I hope that,
We need some.
I hope that,
I just.
there's a reason, I hope there's a reason we're doing what we're doing because of that, but we don't know.
But there is one thing.
And I'm not gonna call our team on the spot until I gather the information.
There is one correction that I would like to make with all due respect. You had mentioned the word attack. That you are gonna attack this situation. It's not more or less an attack. We're not attacking, we're not being aggressive.
No, I guess that's wrong.
We're holding everything to a standard that we were held to. And if we were held to the highest standard, we're gonna hold everybody else to the
I
highest.
mean, I've definitely come to you with a lot of issues that I've had, and nothing that I believe was done, I believe fell on deaf ears. I understand that we have Al Wine here, I think he's gonna do a great job, but nothing was addressed at all. And,
Are you talking about the previous?
yes,
Okay.
yep, and just how that meeting went. I encourage everybody to watch that meeting, because it's just not right, doesn't feel right. And it doesn't sit well, but I just want the best for the town, I really do,
Thank you.
Thank you.
so.
Thank you so much.
You keep all that.
That's when you're not here.
Okay, anyone else have anything to say for the good, bad, or for the town of Elkton? Anyone on the Zoom meeting? Earl Piner, are you on there?
You hear me?
I don't hear anyone. I see a couple Galaxy phones. Not saying anything.
Time, he forgot the time difference.
Oh, he probably did. He's gonna get on it tonight, late night. Well, listen, thank you, everyone. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.